Alright guys, welcome back to Survival Living here. So we do need to talk about nuclear fallout. It is a topic that we do need to discuss. I'm not here to scare anybody. I'm not here to make a sale, but I do have some stuff here I wanted to go over with you because as preppers we try to prepare for as much as possible. And the fact is, most of these items here kind of falls hand in hand with nuclear fallout radiation. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the video. Now guys, one of the first things I want to discuss is most of these products, actually all these products, we're affiliated with. Some of the items here are not affiliated products. I'm just going to show you them anyway. So when it comes to nuclear fallout, all right guys, I get asked all the time, what is the best advice dealing with a nuclear attack? Well, the best advice, don't be in the blast radius. Let's go ahead and get that one out. All right, so if you're in the blast radius where a nuclear explosion happens, odds are 97% of the time you're not going to make it through that anyway. What we look at as preppers is the fallout, all right, the radiation, the debris in the sky that's going to fall down on our local areas and contaminate everything else around. So these are some steps that one should actually start preparing for and what you need to do. Now, one of the first thing, guys, is water. All right, so we've done all kind of water filtration, everything from the 4 Patriots to the Sawyer to the Life Straw, and we also have the Seychelle. All right, this is a radioactive debris filter. All right, they sent this a while back to me, guys, and I just haven't had time to actually do the video. So let's go and talk about water during a nuclear event, fallout. All right, guys. Unfortunately, the Sawyer Mini, it won't filter out nuclear debris. The Life Straw, it's not going to filter out nuclear debris. Most of the water filters I've shown won't filter this out. All right, you have to have drinking water. Now, storing water is probably one of the best ideas, all right, because you already got it stored up. I don't care if you had it in Mylar. I've seen the Mylar water. You know, that's a pretty cool idea. I don't store water that way. You can use food grade buckets, the 5-gallon food grade buckets with a lid. Hey, you got fresh drinking water right there. Nothing's getting in there. All right. When it comes to radioactive material, as far as debris landed on this stuff, all you got to do is wash it off. Okay, that's all you got to do is wash it off, as long as it's not in a blast radius. If it's in a blast radius, it's been irradiated. If it's just nuclear radiation fallout landed on it, all you got to do is wash it off. Okay, same thing goes with food, but we'll discuss that here in a minute. So Seychelle sent this one to me, guys. This is a water bottle that can actually filter out radiological particles. All right, so this filter right here, it's got a sticker on it because I haven't used it, and quite frankly I have no way of testing this because I don't have any radiological material to drink out of. You pull that label off, fill up your water bottle, seal it up. On their website, which is, there's a link down below, it has the testing and stuff there for you guys, but you have a way of filtering out water. One of the easiest ways, okay? Now, one of the biggest things I get asked besides the water is food. You're storing up food, but if a nuclear bomb goes off, won't your food be irradiated? Again, if you're in a blast radius, odds are yes, your food, everything in that blast radius is going to be contaminated. It's going to be radioactive. Okay, we're talking about fallout. All right, the stuff that travels in the flume. Okay, that debris that falls down. Now, canned goods are going to be just fine dealing with fallout radiation. Okay, because the particles land on it, you wash it. All right, you just wash it off. So that goes with any of these canned goods. Okay, we're not talking about pulling out canned food out of a grocery store in a blast radius. Well, if the grocery store's still standing, because then it'll be irradiated. Fallout's different. Okay, next up, dry goods, rice, beans, pastas, things like that. Mylar it up. All right, as long as it's sealed, all you got to do is wash the container. This is Mylar. We're affiliated with Wallabies. Right now I got to do a review on this one. This is the 7.5 mil thick 60 food storage bags. It is the 1 gallons. We just recently did some with the black bags. So they just recently sent that to us. Guys, Mylar not just to extend the life of our food, which it does. It protects it from pests, it protects it from oxygen. You know, it's got the oxygen absorbers. It protects that. But Mylar also protects your food from radiation fallout. When it lands on this, the dust, you just have to wash it off. The food is still good. Again, this is food that is not in a blast radius. It's in fallout. All right, fallout, the dust particles have fallen onto it. I have to keep stressing that out enough because these are the questions I get a lot of. Now, as far as the Sawyers and stuff, guys, I use Sawyers all the time. That's a life straw there. I really don't like life straw, but that's up to you. I've had better results with the Sawyers dealing with bacteria. So next up, let's go ahead and talk into some protective equipment. Now, one of the first thing is the IOSAT tablets. This is potassium iodide tablets. All right, these here I believe are 130 milligrams. So with these, you're only taking one at a time. All right, one per day. And what this does is floods the thyroid so it doesn't pick up certain radiological isotopes. Okay, so it keeps you from getting thyroid cancer. IOSAT tablets, Thyroid Safe, some of our affiliates use Thyroid Safe as their brand. That's all it does. It just protects your thyroid. It doesn't protect the rest of your body from ingesting nuclear fallout. Okay? So I want you to really understand that. This is not going to save you in nuclear fallout. All it does is protect the thyroid. That's it. Now, there's a lot of information about pectin. Pectin is probably one of the best things to stock up on, and the reason being, if you ingest pectin, it will bind to the radiation, the debris, and it will pass out through urine or stool. Okay, so it's actually binding the radiation in your body and passing it out. Okay, getting it out of your body, a large majority of it. Again, it's not the 100% against radiation, but it's a huge step in that direction. But IOSAT tablets, they block the thyroid, and that's it. You can still die from radiation even if you take IOSAT tablets. All right, guys, so next up, let's talk about respiratory gas masks. All right, we actually have a couple of these. This is by MIRA Saftey. It is the CM6M, is the CBRN, chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear. This is the gas mask. I've done a review on this in the past. Should be a pop-up there. It comes with little water spouts on the side here that you can hook up to a canteen that comes with it. All right, the canteen is designed to be used during a nuclear event or chemical event, biological, so you don't ever have to take up your mask and drink from water. These here are actually really nice, but they're not cheap. But when you come to quality costs money. So having a good gas mask. Now, when we first started preparing for nuclear events, I didn't have the money for this either. All right, I had to go other ways. So what we have here, let me go ahead and get this out. I'm going to show you all kind of different things. We're affiliated with MIRA, by the way, but this is a GP5 clone. All right, the reason I say it's a clone is because the adapter here takes a 40 millimeter filter. This here is an Israeli filter. This is a nuclear biological chemical filter. So is this one. This is a nuclear biological chemical filter, NBC filter. This one here is a MIRA NBC filter, nuclear biological chemical. All right, these things run about $80. Yeah, all these filters now run a lot. Filters do have a shelf life on them. Just depends. I've seen everything from 5 to 7 to 10 years to longer than that. Well, if they're sealed up and still sealed up, technically they should be good, because most of the time all they've got in here is activated carbon, which is a good thing, but and they might also have a HEPA filter built into it as well, which is, I'm pretty sure, activated carbon as well. But as long as you're not opening them up, you should be good for a while. Now, there is shelf lives on them, so I have to tell you, there's shelf lives on gas masks. They're gas mask filters. But before we were able to start getting these, and they did send me one for free to do review on a while back, but we went ahead and bought some more because we got a large family. We have to have more protection. But this was our first step. It was a GP5 gas mask. Now, with the filters, guys, like I said, that's the MIRA one. It's the top of the line. It's like 80 bucks. When I got the Israeli 40 mils, they were, I think, $20 a piece at the time. Good luck getting that price nowadays. And this was a knockoff Israeli one. Still a 40 mil NBC, but the price of those things have went through the roof on Amazon, if you can even find them on Amazon. Next up, we have the MIRA Saftey Haz suit. This is a nuclear biological suit. All right, this thing here, they sent this particular one, that's why it's open. The other ones that we have are sealed up because I don't want anything damaging them. I've done reviews on this, guys. This is a thick material, and it's designed for moving during a nuclear event. All right, when fallout's around, you got to protect yourself. All right, so fallout itself has a real quick half-life. All right, it doesn't take long to where it's low enough where you can actually get out of an area you've been hunkered down in. They say about a week. Okay, so make sure you have enough supplies in that location for a week so you can hunker down for a while and then evacuate out when the time is clear. But you need to have good suits so you can actually move around and stuff like that. Now, before we got into MIRA, we did have other types of suit. This is a Tyvek suit. It's super thin. This one here does not breathe. All right, the MIRA Saftey suit does not breathe either, but this thing here cost me like 20 bucks when I bought it. It's a full suit except for the sleeves, and this one here actually does come with booties for your feet. All right, so that is an option, but it's not even the same amount of protection as the MIRA. MIRA is a thicker one. I mean, it takes a lot to tear through this thing. The Tyvek suit is super thin, and you can tear through this very easily, but it is a cheap option. Take a look at it if that's something you guys want to check out. Now, what I don't have is MIRA Saftey gloves. These are a thick rubberized glove. They have a fabric material on the inside. Okay, these are what we use with our suits. It is sealed. They do not breathe. They do not leak. They work amazingly well. I think I picked those on Amazon for like $20 a pair. And then, of course, you need to have seal tape for your gloves. And if your suit does not have the foot insert, the booties, you're gonna have to tape that up as well. I would recommend probably get some rain boots that are large enough for your feet to go, your boots to go in. Tape that up. You want to be sealed in these suits. All right. Now, with these suits, they get hot. They get real hot. All right. When I done my last review on the suit, I had done some exercising in it to show its durability. Yeah, I was pouring sweat, and there's no place for that sweat to go. So keep that in mind as well, but it does give you the protection from radiation. Let me rephrase that. It gives you the protection from nuclear fallout radiation. All right. Just because you have this suit on and this mask on does not mean that you're going to be safe in a blast area. The radioactiveness of that area will kill you. Just because you've got this suit on does not mean that you get to walk into a nuclear reactor or a blast site. It's just to get you from point A to point B after a nuclear disaster happens and fallout is on the ground. This is what keeps that fallout from binding to you so you can get out of an area. This isn't a lead vest, all right? It doesn't keep you safe from x-rays and other things. This is just so you can move from point A to point B without getting radiological contaminants on you. Now, of course, with moving around, you also need to be able to wash yourself off. Having multiple bags of clothes. There are plenty of videos on YouTube that has a complete breakdown on how to move to and from locations, how to clean up, how to wash out, things like that. I will definitely stress out, if an event happens, do not use conditioner, ever. Conditioner, shampoo's fine, bar soap's fine. Conditioner will actually bind the radiological material to your hair follicles and scalp. So never use conditioner during a nuclear event when you deal with nuclear fallout, because it will bind to the hair follicles on you, and now you got that on you. All right, so just a little bit of stuff I want to go over with you guys. You don't have to buy anything. I just show you what we have stocked up. All right, what we did for our preparedness for dealing with nuclear. Now, there's many other things people say you gotta kiss your ass goodbye. Well, quite frankly, if a bomb dropped right here, yeah, pretty much kiss my ass goodbye. But if it dropped 40 miles away, I'll be all right. I'll be dealing with nuclear fallout, but I'll be all right. It's that initial blast is what kills that kill ratio, that radius of that blast. All right, the rest of it's fallout. Now, you will die from fallout if you're not protected, if you get stuck in there. You have to be able to move out of location when it's safe, and having food, water filtration, protective equipment is key. Now, I know people don't want to hear this stuff. It's fear porn. We prep for a reason. The reason why we prep is so that we do survive. All right, and what does that mean? It means you have to get the appropriate gears or something close to. If you can't afford MIRA Saftey's equipment, I just showed you. Tyvek itself is still a protectant. It keeps things from getting to you. All right, it won't last as long, but it's still a protectant. The GP5 clone, it will still work with an NBC filter, okay? With a 40mm NBC filter, because it's a GP5 clone. Now, I used to be able to get these things for like 20 bucks. Not anymore. Good luck finding them on Amazon. We had to buy ours a while back. Having this stuff put back is all about prepping. Being ready for in case something happens. Now, with this massive global conflict stuff that's fixing to pop up, and in my opinion, it already has. They just ain't announced it to everybody else. We are at war. Europe is at war. Russia's at war. The constant threat of nuclear, tactical nukes, nuclear fallout, nuclear bombs, nuclear wars. Yeah, I'm glad I took the time and invested in this stuff. I didn't have to react and run in fear, and neither should you. Hopefully you guys have already been doing this. But I want to bring this stuff up to talk about it. You need to be prepared. Being a prepper is trying to be prepared for as many events as possible. Now, most of our preps work hand in hand. They do. There are some preps we have to specialize in. When it comes to nuclear, radiation, biological, we have to get specialty preps for it. But our food, water, all that stuff is pretty much the same. Okay? Again, Mylar. Simple, cheap, effective. Lasts forever. Well, damn near forever. Lasts a lot longer than if you left your noodles out and a nuke went off and now there's fallout everywhere. You're going to have to throw all that stuff away. Mylar, you can just wash it off. Canned goods, wash it off. This is another reason why we stockpile canned goods. I see the comment all the time, well, I only eat fresh fruits and vegetables. Good luck gardening with nuclear fallout on the ground. You better have supplies put back. All right, guys. Speak to y'all later.